Hi, my name is Joe Barr and I'm a world endurance cyclist. I currently participate in world ultracycling races around the world and I've been competing in them since 2009. We are getting ready to go to the World Cup again, so we've decided to do another Ultracycling Association record, who have currently just created a new partnership with the Guinness World Records, and this will be the first one of its kind in Ireland. The course is a very, very well-known tourist destination in Ireland called the Wild Atlantic Way. It's really pretty much the west coastline of Ireland. It's 1,450 miles long and it has 77,000 feet of climbing. For a pipe opener, it's a pretty long race to start, but we need to get ourselves back into that level again, and it's great preparation as well for the first round of the World Cup, the race across France in July. So today I'm going to introduce you to the new Spiegel models that we're going to be racing this year going forward. We have them all dialed in now. We've built 4 bikes in total for this race. One bike is still in the kitchen, as it were, getting finished off. But these are the 3 models, and we're going to introduce you to what they look like, why we have them built that way, and the thought pattern behind how they fit with my riding style. This is the first of the Spiegel models that I want to introduce for you today. And the reason I'm starting with this one is because this is a celebration of the 2019 Race Across America category win. This is the San Marino model, and as you can see, it's beautifully custom finished in Race Across America colours. So it's a big celebration of that. We wanted to carry a little bit of the whole concept of Race Across America, and these particular wheels are the Mark 1 Xentus wheels as opposed to the Mark 3s that we're currently using. However, we actually rode these in Race Across America in 2019, so the factory was very, very good in actually taking them back and completely refurbishing them and bringing them back to life again, and obviously giving them this really nice matte finish with new graphics and everything, especially to match this frame. What we've stuck with is the actual 2019 11-speed record and super record group set. That some of the components we actually used in RAM, and the chain set and the gear mech and stuff like that, we all used in the Race Across America. So it's a very original bike. It's got pieces actually from the race. The geometrical construction of the frame is really important to talk about here, because the Spiegel concept for these frames is that they are actually built for endurance racing with long periods of time in that position as a key focus. And this particular model here is both very aerodynamic. As you can see, the tubes are quite chunky and the backstay is very, very, very low down. So one of the things about this bike is it's very, very responsive, so it is. So effectively the front of it's twitchy, but it has this comfort element because the front of it is more laid back here on this angle here. So one of the main things again is the depressurizing of my shoulders, especially over distance. That has been a big feature, and especially here in Ireland where the roads are so bumpy, it's actually very noticeable that you can feel the difference, that the bike doesn't tire the upper part of the body as much as it had done. And one of the things that is quite significant is the top tube in this particular model is a little bit longer than what I was used to. So I've actually normally riding 140mm stem. I actually come back to 130mm just so that I could get the angle correct. We always use data bars and stem, so you can see that there's a slight elevation in the stem. So again, the overall frontal position here is a little bit different to what I was used to, so I had to actually dial that piece in, but now it's really comfortable and really good. We also have stuck with our normal saddle provider in Italia, and this one here we're using carbo rail, but we're also using a 7mm biofoam inside the seat, which is slightly different for the longer distance. It's got a little bit more padding in it just to be able to cope with the distance. Our tyre manufacturers, we've never changed. We use Victoria Corsa CX tubular fit, very reliable and just a great race tyre all round. We use Speedplay pedals, the little lollipop pedals that allow so much flexibility of movement either way. We haven't changed anything there. So as usual, we stick with manual, non-electric. One of the key components of what we do is it must be reliable. And when you go in any of the big races where you're actually, in the desert or wherever, where the reliability has got to be almost 100%, and if something does break, it has got to also be repairable on the side of the road. So we also carry a full spares kit. The other thing is the actual rigidity of the centre of the bike. So whenever you put down big pressure, as you can see, there's quite a huge construction in the bottom bracket area of the bike. And whenever you load down pressure, the actual middle of the bike doesn't go. So it's really rigid. So the downward force has an instant forward motion, so it's really, really, really good that way. So position is key for the shoulders, and just rigidity, and also the stability of the bike as well. It handles very, very well on really steep, fast descents, even with carbon wheels and with broad section rims, so it's a very good handling bike, in general.